How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. You got 5 minutes to chat?
Is it going to be exactly 5 minutes?
I could do it exactly 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I going to be on camera?
If that's okay.
I look such a mess.
You look beautiful.
What is it going to be for?
I'm recording and live streaming. Okay, background. I've got a hobby. I flag down friendly looking people to chat with me for 5.
Okay.
And I record it. But we just talk about, I want to know about your deepest held belief that might be classified as like spiritual or something like that, like ghosts or gods or karma or whatever you think.
I'm a Christian.
What's your first name first?
Yeah.
And how's it pronounced? Oh, okay. I'm Anthony.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, my pleasure. And you got exactly 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Boom. Yeah, you're a Christian?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that. Why are you a Christian?
Well, I mean, obviously, I feel, well, I was born into a Christian family, so I guess that played a big part of it. But then as I grew up, I started to learn more about God, going to church and having friends that are also Christians as well, and just sharing our experiences and stuff like that, which made me a profound believer. I think that there's a big difference between being a Christian through like your family, like, you know, because your family goes to church and, you know, that's what you're growing, like that's the environment you grew up in.
Yeah.
And actually being a Christian because you've experienced some things personally that make you believe that there is God and make you believe all these things. So it's kind of a bit of both for me. You know, it started off as me growing up in an environment where, you know, we all went to church every Sunday, we pray and all that stuff, and as a kid you don't really know what you're doing, you just follow what your parents are doing, you know. But growing up, you know, I could tie some experiences in my life that I believe is because of God. So
that makes sense. How much of an influence do you think growing up with it had on where you are today, and then looking at the experiences that you have today?
I think it has a lot, just because I mean, there's just a lot of, I just don't see myself being where I am, you know, in the situation that I am without God, because I mean, I went through a lot of experiences with my family where I could have been in a worse place, but just believing and praying and being consistent and knowing that, you know, God will provide and God would always have my back and stuff. That's what got me through a lot of things. Even with school, you know, just my performance in school academically, and even some opportunities that have been given at UTSA, I strongly believe it's because of God, because I know by myself I wouldn't have made it.
Are you saying that you've performed better at school because of your God belief?
I feel like because I've prayed about it and I've, you know, I've relied on Him to also help me. I feel like that helped me too. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think also like opportunities at school too. So.
Okay. Your story, well, I completely am on board with it. Like it's obviously had an impact on you. And it's the Christian God that you follow. Is that correct? Okay. With all respect, it's not uncommon for me to hear something similar from somebody that believes in Allah or Zeus, or there was literally a guy that is Hindu that believes in 3 gods.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, yeah, I was raised in it, but now when I look at all the experiences that I have, I know that it's these gods that are getting me through it, and I'm doing better at school. While we might agree that everyone's got a right to believe in whatever God they want to. Yeah,
of course.
How could he be so far off with a completely different God?
Honestly, I just believe that there is, I mean, everybody believes in what they want to believe in, but I think we can all agree that there's a greater power out there that is, I guess, I don't want to say working in our favor, but that we believe in a greater power. So I mean, people call it God, people call it Allah, people call it whatever, but I think the greater picture is we believe in a greater power. And I mean, just because I believe in God does not mean that everybody should believe in God. I mean, that's my belief, and I'm entitled to my belief, and you're entitled to yours. So I don't think necessarily like my God is the right God per se, but I think that we all share a common belief that there's a greater power out there. That's just it. So I'm not like,
Can we focus on maybe just your Christian God? Because we do have like a minute left. How sure are you that the Christian God exists? Scale from 0 to 100. 100% is all confidence, no doubt. 0% is all doubt, no confidence. The Christian God specifically, where would you be?
100%. 100,000 million.
But what would you say to that Hindu that would be like, well, I'm 100% sure my 3 gods exist?
That's fine.
Can you both be correct?
Yes, we both can be correct. There's no...
How is that possible?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know all that background, but, like I said, I think especially whenever you can tie things like that to like experiences that you've like gone through and stuff, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh well, your God is not real, because especially when you can tie that to experiences that you've gone through with all that stuff.
Is there a chance that your God may be real and his gods may not be real?
I don't know.
Is there a chance that his gods may be real, but your God may not be real?
I don't know.
If that's true, can you really be 100% sure the God exists?
Yes, I am. That's what I believe, and that's what I know. That's my truth. And my truth does not have to be everybody else's truth.
Really?
Yeah.
If something's true, it could be true for you, but not other people?
Yeah. There's a lot of...
How does that work?
It works because, I can see something a certain way.
Yeah.
Like, let's say, for example, just basic anything.
Yeah.
We can have a common friend, and that friend can be very rude. That person can be very rude to me, and to me that person's a mean person, and to you that person's a very nice person, and so that's my truth. My truth is that person's a mean person, and your truth is you're a nice person. That's my truth, not yours, because you've had different experiences with that person than I have. So our truths are different. It doesn't make mine fake, doesn't make yours fake, because what you're experienced with that person is what you have experienced, which is why you think that the person's nice, and me, what I've experienced with that person makes me think that the person's mean.
Okay, gotcha. Is personal experience the best way to arrive at a truth if the truth can be different from person to person to person to person to person?
I don't look at it like that. I don't sit there and try to think about whose God is real, or whose God is not, or who's right, or who's wrong.
Not?
Because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Does it matter if you're believing in the right God or not?
I believe in my God, and that's it.
Does just believing in it make it true?
To me, it does.
Do you have 2 minutes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Does just believing in anything strong enough and having personal experience with it make it true?
It's your truth. It's your story to write. It's your story to tell.
You see that bridge over there? Mm-hmm. Like, I think it would be freaking awesome if I can hop up on that bridge and just leap off of it. Mm-hmm. Or do you have any siblings? Or you do? Mm-hmm. Younger, older?
I have a younger brother.
Younger brother. How old is he?
He's like 11 months younger than me.
What?
11 months younger than me.
He's a younger kid. Okay. If your brother were to be up on that bridge and thought for sure that he can leap off of it and fly, and it was true to him, would you interfere? Would you stop him?
Well, these are physical. I don't think, first of all, you can compare something like this to like believing in God, because first of all, God is not something that you can just see or touch. That's something that is scientifically proven, because if you jump off that, you will die, you will hurt yourself, and that's scientifically proven in the sense that, like, that's physical. You believing in something that's not necessarily that's different. Like, I don't think you can compare those two things.
Is it different because the God belief can't be proven?
It's not necessarily that it can be proven. It's just that, I guess, because it's open to anybody's interpretation, and if you believe what you believe, that's fine. Like, and I guess what I'm trying to say is, people believe what they want to believe, and if that's their truth, that's their truth. When it comes down to stuff like this, that could be that for sure can hurt yourself. You can't necessarily compare it to something that it can be open to anybody's interpretation. That's different. You cannot.
Yeah, if something is true, really true, shouldn't it be true for everybody?
not everybody has different truths. Like I'm just trying to tell you, everybody has different truths. People grow up different places, people know different people know different things. So just because I speak 3 languages doesn't mean that everybody else does. Just because I know that doesn't mean that everybody else does. So that's my truth, and my truth is not everybody else's.
One last question. If everyone has different truths, and it's all based on personal experiences and all that other stuff that you just outlined, if everyone has a different truth, is it possible that everyone could be mistaken?
What do you mean? Like everybody could be wrong?
Is it possible?
And no, because I mean,
somebody's correct in that mix?
I don't know the answer to that. But what I do know is the common denominator is there is a greater power out there, and whoever is right or wrong, I don't necessarily think, and I'm even speaking of this even like from my perspective as a Christian. Like I know my dad always told me, like just because we believe in Christianity doesn't mean that Hindus or Muslims are wrong about their beliefs.
Right, in your mind they can all be correct.
Yeah, because the common denominator is that there's a greater power out there, and that's that. It doesn't, like, I know, like Christian, I'm not here to judge you or your belief or kind of hinder or trying to condemn
this is not about judging people, but it's more about knowing for sure if what you are believing in is correct, is true, is accurate. That's the one thing. I'm not looking, and how am I know for sure by like what somebody's telling me? Like how, in your opinion, how am I supposed to know for sure then? Am I supposed to look at the answer through what am I supposed to do to know it's correct? I think. Do you not have a way of knowing that it's correct? No, but what I'm trying to say is I think that you're trying to I don't want to say thinking too much into it, but you're trying to pretty much thinking too much into it, because at the end of the day I don't, like I said, I've had personal experiences that I've gone through that make me be a stronger believer in my God, and that's that. I'm not forcing anybody else to believe in it. I know that you're not doing that. So that's fine. For me, I'm okay with it. I'm not looking to know if it's true or it's false. I'm okay with that because I know it's my truth, and that's the end of the story. Okay. If I can summarize where I think you are, is you're okay believing in something that you're not sure is true. I'm sure it's true for me. That's it. How could something be true for you but not true for somebody else? Because I'm a different person than everybody else. Do we look alike? No. Do we do the same things? No. Do we just look like? No. So my truth does not have to be everybody else's, but it's my truth, and it's fine with me. And that's all that matters. And if your truth is fine with you, that's all that has to matter. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to give an explanation. If it's your truth, if you believe in it, that's all that matters. That's all that ever will matter. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, well, you're wrong. My God is the right God. Your God is wrong. No, if that's what you believe in, if that's what you have preference with, that you can back it up, that's fine. That's fine. Mm-hmm. So, that's that. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day. Can I give you a card? Oh, yeah, sure. This has my email on it, so if you want to chat some more, hit me up. Thank you. Have a good one. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Oh. Well, that was the personification of definitely doxastically closed, and the personification of one of the biggest challenges that we're facing, which is it's true for me. And I did an experiment with the idea of her younger brother leaping off that bridge and flying. But as long as it's true for me, and I'm not judging, and it's this, there's a pervasive philosophy that I'm seeing with younger people. Yeah, she was getting a little heated. Where it's this idea that everyone has a right to believe in what they want, even if it's not true. And how dare I tell them that it's not true? They have a right to believe in whatever they want. It's a dangerous philosophy. And I was going to probably pivot to something like, an ISIS member believing something is true. I don't know. I don't know if that made her think. I hope so. But we need a better example to break through of that. It can be true for everybody. And her explanation, she immediately dismissed the leaping off the bridge because this is the real world and this is the spiritual stuff. This is God. It's different. It's special. Yeah, I get some pushback on the extremist view from viewers. They don't really like that, but it seems to break through. I think it is a politically correct thing. Yep, I do. I do think that's a part of it. And I've never encountered that response as much as I have with younger college-age kids. And I try to diffuse that from the start by saying, I think we all have a right, agree that everyone has a right to believe in what they want. But are they believing in true things? What I was hoping that she would slow down and think about was how you can be 100% sure if there's a possibility that you're incorrect. Yeah, maybe I will bring up ISIS if I see her again. All right, let's do one. Any thoughts before I... Political correctness was never meant to be used this way. It was just about being more polite. Yeah,